didn't want to vote on a $98 million budget, and that was part of the delay process. The council could vote on some number between 0 and 98. They could choose, by the way, also 0. And so the idea of having the budgets being voted on concurrently doesn't restrict them in the manner that may have been proposed. The other item that was put out there was this notion of how much time it would take, and we asked both Chuck Lesnick and Dennis Robertson if they had an idea of the amount of time they would like to see differently, and we didn't get a response to that. And so I would entertain a motion to accept the charter revisions proposal of having the budgets being voted on, should be approved on concurrently by June 1st. Robert made the motion, seconded. Seconded by Jean. Any additional comment or questions? We've been talking about it for a while, so this is not indicative of the fact that this is all the discussion we're having. We've had many discussions, we've had much comment on it. Does anyone have any additional comment? Make sure everyone feels like they've been heard on this particular issue before we vote. Hearing no additional comment, all in favor? Jean, yes. Robert, yes. Martin, yes. And Steve, yes. Opposed? Joe, opposed. Motion carries. I'm sorry, I should have said I was yes. 5-1. So that is the item that we are voting on, putting on the ballot. The only item that we have that we are putting on the ballot. We were limited after the public hearing discussing only those 2 items. No one's wanting to take action on the first one based on the advice of council, and the second one has passed and will be placed on the ballot. The last item for today was the report.
Okay, and I have a draft that I've put together. Still got some blanks to be filled in that I'll go over with Julius. Let me just go over with you. You've seen these reports before, so this is not going to be anything particularly new. The report goes through and establishes when the commission was established, who the members are, identifies me as council. We'll list out the dates of the meetings when they occurred, and we'll indicate what specific items the commission investigated or looked into or heard about this year. Not necessarily in order, and I may not have them all, so if I don't, you guys can help me fill this in. I had campaign finance reform as one of the items that was discussed. I had the city council president as a full-time position. There's another one that was kicked around. Changing of council salaries during the term of office. The one that we talked about recently about the duties of police and fire commissioner. The reorganization of the economic development department, which we just discussed, and the budget coming in at the concurrent capital and operating budget.
In addition, term limits for appointees to all city boards, salaried persons, commissions, and agencies. An annual public audit of City of Yonkers compliance with Freedom of Information Act law. Requirement that the notices of all public meetings and hearings of city agencies, boards, and bodies, as well as their agendas and minutes, be published on the city website. A prohibition of the convening of the Charter Revision Commission in consecutive years by the same mayor or city council. And requirement that all current and future charter revision commissions establish bylaws upon their appointment. Those items were discussed
Jules, that one that you just let the last one mention, I think that was the one where that was computer.
Okay.
And that they require public comment before the close. In other words, at a regular meeting, I think that one would require.
I'm sorry, it also included public comment as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At the end of
At the end of the meeting.
the public, not the public meetings, at our meeting. Open to the public.
I mean, that was, yes, that their appointment require, established bylaws upon their appointment that require a public comment period before the close of each meeting. Thank you, Robert, for that clarification.
Else?
Yes. This one was a long one, I gotta get to the point of what it was. This was to add some enforcement issues regarding the Yonkers Ethics Code. This was that if a board or commission or similar appointed entity comes in existence after May 15th, the member does not file the disclosure statement within the specified 15 days, the individual's certificate of appointment is null and void.
Mr. Chairman, there was one, I'm not sure of the wording, but it had to do with the census at 2010 to redistrict the council.
We spoke to that one. That was one of the ones he listed
was in
in
there.
terms of staggered terms as it relates to redistricting. Did you say that?
No, I did it in terms of salary.
So there's salary and redistricting.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And you did public finance. Public finance. Equal access to communication. The office of the mayor and the department of the legislature shall have equal access to and control over the cable access and city's website.
Office of the mayor and the city council.
City council president, I think he wanted his own website.
His language was not that. His language was
His
the department
interpretation.
of the legislature. The department of the legislature was the proposal. You can speak to a little more details around that, but that was the proposal.
Should have equal access to the city's.
So have equal access and control over cable access and city's website. And to be clear, there wasn't a proposal regarding the staggered terms. There was a suggestion that we look at them with respect to the issue.
So city's cable TV, and what was the other?
Website, city's website. That is the same issue, just proposed by two different people. Do you put in who proposed the idea?
We can.